If you've been going back and forth about something, but deep down you already know what you want to do, this new moon is where that changes. Something shifts, and not so much on the outside, but how clear things feel from the inside. A new moon always marks a beginning, but this one isn't about starting something completely new. It's more about finally acting on something that has been building for a while. The difference now is that it's harder to ignore. The sun and the moon come together in Aries, and that creates alignment between what you feel and what you want. There's less second guessing, less hesitation, and less need to talk yourself into something. Instead, there's a sense that the next step is already obvious. In everyday life, this doesn't necessarily look dramatic. It can be something simple like making a decision you've been putting off, sending a message you've been thinking about, or starting something without waiting until everything is perfectly planned. You're not doing it because you're completely sure of the outcome, but because it no longer makes sense to wait. That's the key with Aries energy. It moves when something feels ready, not when everything is guaranteed. And at the same time, this new moon doesn't happen in isolation. Mars is also in Aries, which strengthens that push to act. But it's not just pure momentum. There's also a connection to Neptune, which can make things feel meaningful or inspired, but not fully clear. So you might notice that you feel strongly about something, but still don't have all the details. Or you're motivated to begin, but not entirely sure how everything will unfold. That doesn't mean you're on the wrong track. It just means that this moment is more about movement than certainty. There's also another layer in the background where your actions don't just affect you, but also the people around you. You might feel ready to move forward while someone else needs more time, or you might realize that your decision has a wider impact than you first thought. This creates a kind of pause, not to stop you, but to make you aware of what you're stepping into. So the energy here isn't about rushing blindly. It's about recognizing that you already know enough to begin. And that's what makes this new moon different. You're not waiting for more clarity. You're acting because the lack of action feels more uncomfortable than taking the first step. If there's something in your life that keeps coming back to your attention, this is the moment to take it seriously. Not because everything is perfect, clear, but because you've reached a point where waiting doesn't add anything more. You don't need the full plan. You just need to start.